welcome back to another live here with Design Bundles. Today is the day that we all have been waiting for. It is the dollar deal. Now, depending on what part of the country you are from, you may have already participated in the dollar deal, and you guys are watching to see if you guys want to purchase using maybe the after hours. So if you guys are a Plus member, you know that you guys have the after party activated. Now, if you guys have not activated yet, because if you guys have not heard, we are going 5 p.m. your time. So no matter where you're at, it's going to be 5 p.m. your time. So this round, we're switching it up just a little bit. So this is going live very soon. So we're going to go ahead and demo some of those design bundle deals, the dollar deals, if you will, today. So I've got a few projects going on. I think I've got 4. So we are going to go through all of the designs that we've got today. We are going to be giving away all 42 designs once again. So make sure you guys stay tuned for Q&A. We're going to announce a hashtag so you guys can enter to win. So if you guys are watching this on the replay, we have already chose a winner, but definitely make sure you guys hang out and check it out. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so I'm trying to make sure I remember everything. So we're going to go ahead and bring up my screen really quickly so I can show you guys what deals we have. And while we're doing this, and while I'm going through this, I want you guys to tell me, where are you guys crafting from? I want to know, where is 5 p.m. for you? Is it Central Standard Time? Is it PST? Where are you guys at? I want to know where you guys are crafting from. And also, as usual, I want to know what deals you are after. Is it sublimation? Is it Cricut and silhouette files? Is it for your Glowforge? Is it those huge font bundles? Now, there is a ton of them in here. I tried to make a decision on which one was my absolute favorite, and I've had a hard time. But I'm going to go ahead and show you today. I've tried to narrow it down, and I do have one. So inside today's dollar event, we have, once again, bundles inside of bundles for $1. So if you guys are new here and you guys don't know what the dollar event is, we host it once a month at the end of the month, every single Wednesday at the end of the month. And it's only $1. So there's going to be lots of different bundles here that are $1. But the thing is, you have 1 hour to snag it. We switched it up a little bit this time, and everybody can do this at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. your time. Ignore me. 5 p.m. your time, no matter where you're at. So what we're trying to do is switch it up so everybody can participate. Now, if you guys are a Plus member, you guys do have the after party activated, so you have an extra 24 hours to make your decision. All right, so let's go through here. We have this huge SVG bundle here, and as you can see, when I open this up, there's just so many, 850 designs. Can you believe that, for $1? So if you guys just recently purchased your Cricut, or maybe you just got into sublimation, this is an amazing bundle to get started with. And so as you can see, these are SVGs, these are DXF, PNGs, and all of the things. So you can use them for sublimation and Cricut and all of that. But as you guys can see, I'll kind of quickly scroll through here. Lots of different ones. We've got a grandfather. We've got, Father's Day is coming up, sassy quotes. These are perfect for t-shirts, mugs, all sorts of fun things. So I'm just kind of going through here. There's the holidays in here, true crime, lots and lots of stuff. Like I said, 850 designs for $1. We've got a mega card bundle. This is going to be perfect to use, not even just with your Cricut Joy. You can use this with your Cricut Explorer machines, your Silhouette, and things like that. So lots of fun cards here for everybody. All right, so we're going to kind of quickly go through here because there are so many, but there is lots of different font ones. Now, if you guys missed it, I actually went live with Michael from Mr. Crafty Pants on Monday, so you guys can check that video out to see if you're interested in any of the designs that we use, because we actually used one of the font bundles and used it with our Glowforge to create a 3D. We wrote out hello, and you got to check it out. There was fire involved. All right, so this is one of the ones that I'm actually using today. We're going to create this 3D paper lantern. So I'm really excited. It comes in 3 different sizes here. So we've got this one here. I'm also going to be using this one today. This is where I had that hard decision. This one, I'm going to be talking about it a little bit further once I go to use it. But this bundle right here, I can see weddings. I can see birthday parties. I can see that special gift to mom for Mother's Day, graduation. There's so many different things. Boho is super trendy right now. And like I said, this is going to come with elements. This is going to come with backgrounds. This is going to come with several different fonts that you can use. So there's just so many different ideas that you can do with this, t-shirts, pillows, all sorts of things. So I'm going to show you 2 different things today with that. We have lots more. We've got a wine bundle here. We've got a mega family bundle. There's a huge mega keychain. You guys know that the acrylic keychains are super trendy. They always are. Lots and lots of keychains in here. Over 100 designs for $1. Now, one thing I'm super excited is there's several teacher ones in here because we are getting close to the end of the year. So you guys are going to want to create those teacher projects and all those fun things. So there's lots of those in here. I do like this one right here, the word art bundle. Lots of fun ones in here, as you can see. So look at this one. So stinking cute. I absolutely love it. All right, we've got stuff for pets. Now, this one I also showed on Monday, but it's one of my absolute favorites. I didn't create it, but I also talked about it. This one is one of those 3D paper shadow boxes that we do, and I love this design. Look at those colors. I swear I'm going to have to come back and make this for you guys because I am obsessed. This is so, so cute. And then we even have stuff like this with the 3D boxes for maybe that special baby. You could do these on cards. Not only, think outside of the box, not only the 3D shadow boxes, but you could put this on a card as well. All right, continuing on. Let's see here. We've got weddings. Weddings are coming up. Those are really big in June and July. So lots of different little wedding things here. If somebody's just now purchased a home, you've got those family wreaths where you could do the door hangers, t-shirts, coffee mugs, signs, all sorts of fun things. This Libby wrap we did on Monday using some color changing vinyl. So this is another one that I'm doing today. This is those baby onesies, and it makes it look like it's a suit and tie. It is so stinking cute. So I'm actually going to use 2 of these designs today, and I'm using 2 different materials for this. So I'm really excited about that one. And then scrolling right along, like I said, these teacher ones are perfect for the end of the year. If you guys know a teacher for your kiddo, or even say, for example, if your daughter's a teacher, your son's a teacher, such a great gift. Now, this is my absolute favorite. Okay. So if you guys love making signs, this one right here has over 125 designs. Check it out, guys. There's things for winter. You have Valentine's Day, spring, which we've done some stuff with this one. Gorgeous. This one we're using today. So lots of fun summer signs in here. And it was really hard for me to decide which one, but this summer bundle, all-time favorite. Love those colors. And then once again, you've got fall, you've got Halloween, Christmas, the list goes on. 125 designs. So once again, if you guys are just now getting into using your Cricut and creating signs, perfect. We've got more 3D paper crafts and all of those things. And now this one I talked about on Monday as well. This will be the last one I kind of taught here, and we'll go ahead and get started on our crafts. This one here it's perfect. We are in softball season right now. We are in baseball season. Mother's Day is coming up. So if you guys need that last minute quick gift, this is going to be perfect for mom. So like I said, there is so, so cute. And then you even have football season. When football season comes and all of those things, these will be gorgeous. These would be perfect to make. Take them out to the field, have your little Cricut joy, and on the spot, put mom's name on there. I mean, lots of different ideas that you guys can do with that. All right, so let's go ahead and get ready to drop our screen down here really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that big screen. And we are ready to go. So let's go ahead and talk about our first craft. And before we actually do, let me go ahead and say once again, hello, hello, hello. If you guys are just joining us, today is the day. It is the dollar event, and we've switched it up a little bit. So it is going to be 5 p.m. your time. We're going to go live at 5 p.m. your time, no matter where you are. And if you guys are new, you only have 1 hour to shop this event, unless you guys are a Plus member. You guys have 24 hours. You get the after party. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, this is the one that I was talking about, the boho one. It comes with font. It comes with a linen font. It comes with a gold one and a black one. I did this really pretty linen, and then it has these wreaths. I believe it comes with 3 different wreaths, tons of elements, and I mean tons of them, from feathers, leaves, florals. I mean, gorgeous. Okay. So what I did was I took one of the wreaths and one of the letters and created this wreath. This would be perfect for if you were making a wreath for somebody's home, a t-shirt. These would be great to monogram even on the pockets of a t-shirt. So many possibilities. I can even see the monograms right here on the sleeve would be gorgeous. Cell phone cases, you name it. Now we're going to be putting this on a coffee mug today. And what I did was I went ahead and put this on a koozie. So these are for your cans, your little koozie. Now you could do the front and back, or you could have a little message. Now, what I was thinking for this, have you ever went to somebody's wedding and they gift this? This is part of the, like, what do you call it? Like a party favor. So you could take these home, you use them at the wedding, and you can take them home. You could put the initial of the last name. So say, for example, your last name was the Matthews and you were getting married, you could do that. And then you could put the date and all the things. You could put the names and all that stuff here on the back and gift these for a wedding gift. So if you guys are getting ready for a wedding or you guys know somebody that is, highly recommend you check this out. Even for invitations. Could you guys imagine this all over everything? But those colors, I'll bring it up a little bit closer once again. This is linen, but you have it in black and you also have it in gold. Gorgeous elements, backgrounds. You could do full wraps on the mugs with those designs because they have a full wrap one. And then, like I said, I went ahead and made it a little bit bigger for this mug. I'm using the 15 ounce. I've already got my Cricut mug press ready to go. I'm going to sweep it in here. Hello from Wisconsin. Love the designs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm just wiping this down. This is the 15 ounce mugs. Thank you guys once again for joining us today. We are so excited. All right, so I'm going to get 2 pieces of tape. And like I said, I've already got this ready. Now, if you guys are new to making mugs, you just want to figure out which side do you hold it on, your right hand, your left hand. So I hold mine in the right. I want the design on this side here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and center this up. And this would also be perfect for a wedding gift. You know, you could put these on those. They have the beer can glasses that have the frost on them. So could you imagine doing those as a wedding gift as well? So stinking cute. You can even gift that to the bride and the groom. I love it. All right, so here we go. We've got it wrapped. We're going to go ahead and get it down into our mug press, and we are going to press. Now, this is going to take 5 minutes. So while it's doing that, we're going to go ahead and jump on to the next project. So I'm going to show this to you once again. Look how gorgeous this is. And you can usually find these koozies locally because they are made out of this poly material, kind of like a mouse pad, and you can sublimate on those. But we do have it linked down below for Amazon where you could get a bundle of them. Gorgeous. Hello, hello from New York. Thank you so much. All right, our next project here, let's work on our lantern. I'm doing a paper lantern today, and y'all wait, look, okay? I'm hoping you guys can see this good. I didn't just cut it out of cardstock. I cut it out of glitter cardstock. I hope you guys can see this. Look at this glitter. Is this not gorgeous? You could put this in that little girl's bedroom, make several of these. It would be gorgeous. If you were doing a wedding boho once again, you could do this with the gold glitters if you wanted to, or you could do it with a solid black cardstock. So many different ideas. I almost did it with an iridescent one that was like a holographic. It would have been gorgeous as well, but look at that glitter once again for a little girl's room. So cute. Now this is the middle size, but there is 3 sizes, a shorter one, this middle one, and a bigger one. All right. So look at that intricate cuts. Gorgeous. Love the lantern. Now, also want to mention inside of this file, it does come, because I'm using parchment paper, it does come with the already pre-cut size to cut this out, but I just fussy cut it by hand. But this designer was so amazing that they actually included that for us so we could cut it out. Now you could use, like, I'm assuming maybe even like a vellum would be gorgeous as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to decide, I was trying to decide on using the glue stick here because it's going to dry down. It's purple so I can see where I'm going, or even some of that Tombow. Now, if I have a hard time gluing this because it is glitter, I do have my hot glue gun on standby. We're at 2 minutes here on the mug press, by the way. All right. Now, as you guys are joining in, you guys let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite file so far? Did you like my boho thing here? So stinking cute. And once again, we are going to do Q&A today. Since we have a little bit of time, we're going to go ahead and do Q&A. So if you guys have any crafting questions about what I'm making today, make sure you guys drop them down below, and I will try to answer those for you in just a bit. And we'll also announce the hashtag at that time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go over all of these pieces where my vellum is going to go. Now, I am on top of a nonstick mat here. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe it with a baby wipe in just a second. So I'm just covering all of these pieces to attach to my parchment here. Now, luckily, you know, we use parchment all the time here in the craft studio, so it's perfect. You know, we all have that on hand. If not, you can purchase some this white parchment even at the Dollar Tree, guys. So many different ideas and what you guys can use for this, but the glitter, I was like, yes, we're doing this. All right, here we go. So let's get ready to place our parchment on top. Now, I fussy cutted mine, like I said, because I had actually pre-cut this morning, so I wanted to be ready to go. So I went ahead and just, like I said, I fussy cutted mine, but yours does come with a file to pre-cut. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way, scoot it up here, just because I've got all that. And I'm going to try to see if I can't get it to hold in place. So I think it's going to take a sec. And what I may have actually done is maybe even with that nonstick, I may have to come back in with that Tombow. Let's go ahead and try it. But I almost think maybe I just need to give it a few seconds to get it to it here. I almost feel like it's because it's so like slick. And that could be why too. So let me go ahead and just try to use my Tombow. All right. Give me just a second. And while I do that, y'all give me just a second to go ahead and get my heat pad ready for this. Just in case that gets ready to go, we're going to pop that guy out. And while I'm trying to give this a second, because I really just think I need to give it a second, that Tombow is really helping. So I'm just going to go here and there. As you guys are joining, we are making a paper lantern. And if you guys are just now joining us, make sure and tell me where you guys are crafting from today. Where is 5 p.m. your time? Let me know. All right. And also, are you guys excited about the change? Are you guys excited about having an exact time a little bit later so that way everybody can participate? All right. And I'm going to get a little bit more right up here. So I will suggest the Tombow. I want to say that it has something probably to do with that silicone in there. Now, if you guys are like me, and if you're not, crafty tip, keep some baby wipes in your craft space because it makes cleanup a breeze. All right. Here we go. So I'm just going to clean up all this glue while I'm letting that finish dry down. So I think the glitter probably will hold with that Tombow. All right, here we go. Let's get this out of here. All right, got the pad here. And then we are going to grab this out. Now, if you guys are new to using a mug press, the handle does stay cool to the touch, but you want to kind of set that aside and let it cool for a sec. So we're going to let that continue to do its job over there. We'll turn this off, get it out of our way. And we are almost done with this paper lantern. Now, you also have the score lines. So what I did inside of Cricut Design Space is I changed it from a cut to a score because Cricut has changed it a little bit to whenever you upload a file, they make you change that score line back. Super easy. You're just going to change it from a cut to a score. And I actually used my Cricut Maker today. So I used the scoring wheel, but you could definitely do this with a Cricut Explorer. And I would say that you could probably even use the stylus as well. You would just change that in your settings. All right, so you see how those fold lines are? It's gorgeous. I love this. I probably should have chose a darker color so y'all could have seen it a little bit better. But hopefully you guys can see here. All right. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach. So you have your bottom and then you have all these pieces. These pieces are going to go underneath. So your square should be on top. So we're going to glue those like that. And then we also have one more piece that I totally forgot to fold over. So I'm just finding that score line and bending it over so that way I can glue it. All right. Y'all bear with me for just a second. I don't think I got that score line just as good because with the glitter, I should have had that one ready. Okay, here we go. So I'm thinking of attaching this side first and then gluing this down, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to try to use the Tombow, like I said. If it doesn't work, I'm going to go back for that glue gun. All right. So you guys see now I've got the glue on there. And now we're just going to hold it down. Y'all let me know before we even see. Do y'all think the Tombow is going to work for this glitter cardstock? Have you guys already been here? I feel like it has successfully done it. So give us just a second. If not, like I said, I do have that on standby. We could let that finish drying, but I do have a feeling it's going to go ahead and do it for us. Sweet. Oh, I love this color. So stinking cute. Okay. Once again, I know it's hard to tell with that glitter, but it is precious. Okay, I think it's popping open on us. Bear with me for a sec. All right. There we go. Okay, so like I said, we have the hot glue on the standby. So while that is going, we're going to scoot this guy out of our way, and we're going to get ready for that mug really quick. This won't take long at all to heat that glue gun up. All right. So I had a feeling because of the glitter cardstock, if you guys are familiar with making cards, you guys know, yes, the double-sided tape would have been perfect. Super smart. All right. So while that's doing that, let's go ahead and peel our mug. Let's see. If you guys are just now joining us, we did this coffee mug first using the boho designs from today. Check that out. Is that not gorgeous? Ugh, I'm a sucker for boho colors. This is like neutral tones, if you will, and this is using the linen font. So like I said, it comes with 3 different wreaths, and then it comes with lots of different elements from feathers, florals, all sorts of fun things. The leaves, what do you guys think? Let me know. I think it is gorgeous. Now, also, if you guys are just jumping in, I did do it on a koozie. I always want to say coaster, koozie as well. Look at those. Those are gorgeous. Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go. So cute. I love this. All right. So we're going to get that out of the way. So let's see if my glue gun has gave enough time. All right. I think we're getting super close on that. I'm going to come back and just double check. You know how sometimes when you get your adhesives tacky, let it dry for just a second, then it'll do its job? That could be my deal as well. So I'm going to kind of hold this. Thank you guys so much. I think it's gorgeous. I'm telling you, and it was really hard because that was, I want to say that's one of my favorites, but the sign bundle, I mean, you can't beat that. So I would say those are my top 2. Okay. My top 2 designs. If you guys want to know which one is Crystal Land, that's mine. Top 2. Okay. So I think that is actually going to stick with itself. The hot glue gun one more second. So thank you guys so much once again for joining us today. We have 2 more projects after this. So while that actually is heating up, I'm actually going to show you what is next, just so you guys have an idea. Y'all are not going to believe this. How precious is this? Mr. Little Boss, this is on a baby onesie. Now, I just grabbed these locally. So these are just that child of mine from Walmart. So you can grab these usually in packs. But I do believe we'll link some down below for you guys. But this one right here is Flock HTV. So this is the one that feels like velvet. So last minute, I actually added this one in because I was just using Caesar Easy Weed here in black. Look at this. It looks like a little tuxedo. Is this not adorable? So cute. Imagine this for the wedding. Once again, you're ready to go. So stinking cute. This is your ring, man. So cute. Now, I was thinking, because this is the way that it's designed, because this should be on the kid's shoulders about here. But if you wanted to even bump this up further, what you can do is cut your sides off and bump that as high as you want. So if you really want to tuck that up underneath here, you can do that. So you guys let me know in the comments below if that's something you guys want to see today and you want to see me cut this apart and bump it up under the shoulders. Let me know. If not, we're going to do it all in one piece. But I think that is too precious. Okay. So I think we're probably pretty close. And I do think that attached on the side. So as for the Tombow, I think I used a little bit too much and let it dry down a little bit to where it's almost tacky. Okay. So let's see if we are ready to go with our hot glue gun. Here we go. We are. So I'm just going to go over this with our trusted handy dandy hot glue gun. And now we're just going to glue that base just like that. Boom. There we have it. Okay. Look at how cute this is. So I would recommend just go right away. Just go in with that hot, if you're going to use the glitter. So if you're going to do the glitter, once again, you could do these in black glitter. If it was a boho wedding, I would do maybe a gold or even like a neutral tone. There was corals. I had lots of different colors today, but this purple I thought would be gorgeous for a little girl's room. So I hope you guys can see that. Now, what I grabbed for mine today, you could use fairy lights, but I grabbed these little flickering LED lights like this. So you know the ones that, what do you call these? Tea lights. So we're just going to pop it down there in the bottom and then it will do its thing just like this. Now, I know you guys can't really see that on camera today because of all my lighting, but it's going to glow it perfectly. So if I can get a good shot of this with it in the dark, I'll show you guys later today. But there is our lantern. It is gorgeous. This is the middle size. Now, once again, there is a smaller one as well as a taller one. So there is that lantern. You guys let me know what you think down below. Now, also, I will say this was a pack of 6. I grabbed these once again locally, but I do believe we have some lights linked down below as well. Okay. So let's get our lantern out of the way. I feel like it's a lot of wedding stuff today, right? We got the super cute wedding. We've got the lanterns. You could do those for summertime. I'm telling you, even for the backyard parties, so cute. All right, so let's get that hot glue gun out of our way here. I'm going to unplug that, set it aside, and let's move on to our next craft. Here we go. Let's get our little baby onesies here ready for our wedding. Now, this is Little Mr. Boss. This could be any time, and you could probably actually size this down just a smidge. I did 6 inches wide on both of these, and these are 6 to 9 months, just to kind of give you guys an idea. All right, here we go. So like I said, once again, y'all know that it's wedding season. So let's get this out of the way, and let's get ready with our Cricut Easy Press 3. So I'm using this one today. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use it regular. So if you guys are wondering, do we have to use the heat app? Definitely not. You do not have to. So I'm going to do that today. So if you guys have the Cricut Easy Press 2 or the first one, you're going to just follow right along. Both of these are the same setting. So I'm going to do 315 for 30 seconds. So we're just going to power this guy on. We're going to go ahead and click our heat, which is the top one, and we're going to drop it down to that 315. Now, if you were using the heat app, you could definitely just go in there and you could just get away with choosing the everyday iron on. All right, so we're going to hit our time here, and I'm going to go down to 30 seconds. Here we have it. All right. So this one right here, once again, is Flock HTV. It's also by Caesar, and it's in black, so it's going to feel like velvet. So this is going to feel like a little teddy bear. It's going to be so cute. Now, whenever it comes to baby onesies like this, you do have these seams you want to avoid. Now, sometimes, depending on where your design is, usually, even for a 9x9, it can fit perfectly between those little marks here. But if it does not, like mine today, you just simply want to get yourself a pressing pad like this. This is just a smaller one. Basically what it is, it's a Teflon sheet with a piece of foam inside. So it just allows. Now, yes, the Cricut pad is foam as well, but this is more of a dense foam compared to this one being real movable, okay? So we're going to get this underneath here. And we're going to pre-press as usual. So while that's heating up there, we're just going to go ahead and get this guy on top and pre-press for around 5 seconds or so. We're just going to do that. All right. And don't you guys forget, the dollar deal is coming up. So depending on where you guys are, it may be starting in the next, I believe, 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. And then it could be, you know, so on and so forth. So make sure you guys pay attention. 5 p.m. your time. So no matter where you're at, it's 5 p.m. Don't forget, you guys have 1 hour to add these files to your cart, and then you have to check out. So you can't just add them to the cart. Make sure you completely go through checkout. All right, so we are almost there. We are at, I believe, 265, so just a few more seconds, and that one will be ready to go. So what do you guys think about this? I absolutely love it. So adorable. This would make a perfect a gift for somebody's baby shower, somebody that just now had their baby, or maybe mom just wants to make this for her own baby. So lots of different ideas to do with this one, but it is so stinking cute. And there was a ton more inside of this. This is just using 2 of those designs. All right, so we are ready to go. We're going to pop this right on top. We're going to hit go and press. Now, because I'm using the pressing pillow, I'm giving a little bit of pressure to go down on that pad there. Thank you so much. Yes, everybody hit that thumbs up if you guys are enjoying this. We definitely appreciate it, and it is always super helpful. Also, if you guys are not subscribed yet, what are you guys waiting for? We have lots of fun crafts here. We talk about the dollar deal. We have sublimation and Cricut files, Glowforge, you name it. So you guys should definitely come check it out. All right, so there we go. We're just going to move this out of the way. Now, this one right here is a hot to warm pill. I'm just going to let it cool for just a second. And we are going to peel. Here we go. Once you peel this, that black really just pops. And like I said, this is velvet. So if you guys have ever played with Flock before, it feels like velvet, like a teddy bear. Hopefully you guys can hear that texture there. Gorgeous. But look at that black pop. Once you pull that top off, you could do this in, you know, say for example, if I could talk today, Caesar Easy Weed, just a basic black. You could even do this in a neutral tone, would be gorgeous as well. You know, that really light tan color would be gorgeous. A green, I mean, anything. But that black, and like I said, this just gives it that little bit of extra. You could do this with a glitter. I'm not too big of a fan of glitter on a baby onesie because the rubbing, but this is so soft, so cute, and gives it that extra dimension. But there you guys have it. How stinking cute is this? I love it so much. All right, so let's go ahead and get ready for the next one. Now, what did you guys decide? Are we just going to go ahead and press this as normal? But just know that if you want these a little bit higher, you can actually cut down both sides and then just tuck them under here and then press it all at one time, just as usual. Now, once again, you want to use a pressing pillow because of those sides there. So this one is Caesar Easy Weed. I always want to say Caesar every day, whenever obviously it's Cricut is every day. All right, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and press once again for 5 seconds. We just need around 5 seconds. I'm just holding it here. Remove any sort of moisture. All right, and then it's also smoothing that down. So what we can do to find our center is fold this in half. And then we can just go ahead and come down maybe right about in here. I'm going to keep it nice and high because of that bow. A little bow tie. So stinking cute. All right, so we're going to roll with it like this. Scoot down my pressing pillow. Make sure everything is covered. And we're going to press the same way. So 3:15 for 30 seconds. Now, I think I'm going to press, I may have to press it twice. So here we go. So I'm going to push down because I am using that pad, and then I'm going to scoot it up and press one more time because this is a little bit bigger. I did do 6 inches wide, which gave me, I think, around almost 8 inches high, close to it. Thank you so much, Brittany. That is adorable. Thank you, Roberta. Thank you. Thank you. So we've got 10 more seconds. I know what I'm doing for a baby shower gift. I'm telling you, it's going to be adorable. And there's so many more. Now, this was a 3-pack that I got from, say, for example, Walmart. So I could actually make one more. So if I was going to gift this, and let's just say this entire pack of baby onesies cost me, I don't remember, maybe $6 or something. So for $6, I could custom, do whatever I want, and make these super cute designs. All right, so here we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and press this top half here. So I've just got this top half that I'm giving all of my energy to. I'm not excessively pressing. I'm just making sure I'm focused there. So stinking cute. I love it. And I have to be honest, when I started making baby clothes years ago, this was one of the very first things that somebody asked me to do. They asked me and I cut it out by hand. But now the luxury and wonders of design bundles, they have files like this made for us. So we don't have to try to hand cut something like this by ourselves. All right, so I'm going to let it cool for just a second. Once again, you guys know my little scissor method. So I may give this just a second to cool. I'm going to scoot this out of our way because sometimes it's not that it needs more heat on it. It just needs a second more to dry. Now, honestly, this could be not Caesar, but it could be my Cricut because usually Cricut takes me another second or so. And I think that's exactly what's going on. So give it just a second to cool and then we're going to peel. So stinking cute. Now, also, I almost forgot, Cricut does recommend that we flip this and press for another 15 seconds. So we can go ahead and do that. Now, one thing that I have noticed with their heat app, they are recommending that you just leave the plastic on. You flip it. So I'll do that with this one, but not the other one. And then you're going to press. Now, because this one was 2 separate spots, you would need to press it. Now, with a big heat press, that is not something that you have to do. So Cricut does recommend to do that with their craft press. All right, so we almost have that one. I'm going to stop it, scoot this guy up just a little bit, and I'm going to press one more time. All right, there we have it. Now this pressing pillow, if you need to press right on top of those buttons like I'm doing now, you definitely can do that because it's going to sink right into that pressing pad. All right, and then after this, we have one more project. You guys are going to love it. All right, here we go. I think we're good on that. Now, once again, I'm going to go ahead and let this cool. So I'm going to go ahead and shake it out for just a second. All right, kind of let that cool down just a little bit. And let's see if we can fill it now. Go ahead and get a nice angle going here. If I could get this one to let go of this thing. Here we go. This is definitely by far hands down heavy. Cricut is a little bit tighter. So the way to explain that is they really do need a cool. So you really need to pull it nice and cool compared to Caesar where it's just super hot. You can peel it like butter. All right, there you have it. But it works just as good. It just takes a little bit more finicky there. So cute. I love this one. You guys let me know which one is your favorite. Is it the bow tie? Or is it the mister? So is it the boss or is it the bow tie? Look how cute these are. So precious. Those would make the absolute perfect gift. So stinking cute. Hello from Oklahoma. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. I'll let y'all look at it for just a second while I prep up for our last project here. Can you guys guess? Is there any guesses of what I'm making next? All right. Give me just a second. All right, get this out of our way here. All right, the bow tie. Oh, I know the bow tie is. Isn't it adorable? So cute. All right, here we go. Last project. Dun, 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 dun. I had to make one of my favorites. I told you guys this bundle was my favorite. I'm ready for summer, and it had such a fun summer sign bundle, say that 10 times fast, that I had to make one. Now, I have a lot of ideas here when it came to this. When I first pulled this up, I was actually making a different one. And then I think it was the summer one that it was pink and yellows, but it was, I think, had strawberries on it. Then I seen this one and I almost last night, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to go cut this mason jar out with my Glowforge. Then I was like, I'm going to cut all these pieces out with my Glowforge to make a 3D door hanger. So I did not do that today because I know not everybody has a Glowforge. So I wanted to make a adhesive vinyl sign. But I do want to tell you guys, you can do that with that file because it is an SVG. You can take this to your Glowforge. You could cut the mason jar out, have it do the engraving of the mason jar, and then you can have it cut out all your letters as well. So I just want to give you guys that tip today. So many things you can do with this sign, but when I seen it, I was like, I had to make it. Okay, so we've got all of my pieces here ready to go. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be a layered file. So this is going to be able to teach you guys how to do these layered files like this. Okay. So here we go. So we've got our sign here. We've got our mason jar. Now this mason jar is going to be quite tight, so I'll have to cut my transfer tape nice and close to it. And that's what I want to work on first. And then I'm going to start to try to layer some of these up. So what I did was I welded some of them together because I want to make it easy. So I welded the hello and this part of the lemon together. I welded summer and this part of that plaid together. And then I want to show you guys today. So everybody makes mistakes. Now, I want to show you guys a trick before you guys potentially, let me explain. When I weeded this out, I pulled out these pieces. What would we normally do? I would trash this and I would start over, right? No, I just went back, I contoured, got rid of everything, and I cut this out again. So now what I can do is I can put this back, and that's what we're going to do. So instead of wasting a whole nother sheet of this or even more, I just went back, contoured, and kept this little bitty piece. So just a little tip. Now, I know it may not be this exact project, but I hope you guys found that helpful today. Okay, so we're going to do that today. We're going to put it back. And there's lots of little fun layers, as you can see, to layer on top of these. So much fun. So let's get going. This is going to take just a second. Oh my gosh, with the Glowforge, this would be so much fun. I'm telling you, to make a huge door hanger. Goodness gracious. So cute. Okay, so let's pick this up first. Now, I hope I don't have any issues because this is the Cricut Smart Vinyl, and I've talked about it before. Is with the Cricut Smart Vinyl, I have found, I do love it, but you really want to use their transfer tape. It just picks it up so much easier. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they work so well together. Obviously, they made them to work together. But if you guys ever have any issues with your transfer tape picking up the Cricut brand, definitely just try out theirs and then it'll work like butter. Now, I was hoping since it's such a big piece, I wouldn't have issues today. So here we go. Let me go ahead and trim this down. And once again, I will trim nice and close here in just a bit. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, like I said, this was one of my absolute favorite bundles. 125 signs, over 125 signs, guys, for $1. How crazy is that? Especially if you guys are just getting into, maybe you guys are going to be selling signs at a local boutique or online or something. This is going to kickstart your business, guys. All right, here we go. So I've got this first piece. Let's see if it's going to attach. And it did. It worked like butter. Get that out of our way. And let's bring our sign over here. Now, we could do the parchment paper hack, and I may do that on a few pieces today, but I'm going to try not to. So I'm going to fold this down like a taco. You guys already know the drill. If you guys have been watching me for a while, we are going to fold this down like a taco. Just going to right in here, and I think that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy down. Just like so. Here we go. Now, I thought what would be really cute with this as well is to put a nice bow on top. So stinking cute. All right. But my brain runs. If you guys are like me, you guys are thinking the whole time. So it's like you already purchased all of the stuff to do it this way. Then you start making it. And then you're like, I could have done this. I could have done this. And that's me with these. But even like this. How stinking cute is this? I swear. So cute. So you guys can use this. You can trash these pieces and just use this and put different designs in here. You could just put a family name, a monogram. So you don't always have to use it the way that we've intended. You may just want a piece out of here, or maybe you want the lemons for another project. So lots of fun things that you guys can do. Okay, so the next one, let's go ahead and get down summer. And what I'm going to do here in just a bit too. So I've kept my transfer sheet, as you guys could see here, because I'm going to use it over and over again today. All right, here we go. And as we're making this, you guys make sure you guys tune in, because it is 5 p.m. your time. So if that time is getting close, make sure you guys get ready to head on over to purchase these, because you're only going to have that 1 hour, unless you guys are a Plus member. You guys are going to have the after party. Okay. So here we go. You guys cannot miss this sign bundle for $1. You guys cannot miss this. I want to see some hands. I need some hearts. I need some hands. I want to know who is going to go purchase this today. I gotta know. I need all the information. I want to know if it's just me. Am I the only one excited about this sign bundle? Oh, I love making signs. And I'm also one that reuses this. I actually used this sign before. In October, I had the word October, and I've actually reused it. So I just peel off vinyl and move on and make another one. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to carefully line this up. I may get off just a smidge, and that's okay. So stinking cute. All right. So we're going to get this one, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to fix that plaid piece. All right. Here we go. Have my alarm set. Yay! Good deal. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Give me just a second. All right. Try to pick a piece up with me. Now I'm going to go ahead and fix this little guy so I can get it out of the way. All right. There we go. We're going to pick this guy up so we can fix it. We're going to carefully place it down. Trying to keep everything together. There we go. See how easy that was? I didn't have to trash it. Now, like I said, it's not necessarily that you guys will make the same mistake on this one, but I hope that it saves you for a future project. If you can contour, go back and contour. Never trash unless you have to. All right, here we go. Now, Hello Summer, I believe, should be right up here, like so. And what I'm going to do, you guys can't see it, but I'm going to go ahead and pull up this image just so I have it. So I'm going to be pulling that up in the background. So if you guys will give me just a second, I'm going to go ahead and pull that up just so I can visually see what I've got going on here. And then we're going to pick it up. So here we go. Let's go ahead and pick this one up here while I'm waiting for that to load for me, because I highly recommend, if you guys cannot remember which way your layers are going to go, just refer back to the image. So you can either pull back up the PNG version or open back up Cricut Design Space, or leave it open, for example, if you're crafting in the moment, because that's what I do. Because sometimes it's hard to remember the exact way that they're going to go. All right, here we go. So I do believe that the Hello Summer should be right about here. And if it's not, we're rolling with it, obviously. So we're going to go ahead, and I am going to, like I said, you guys can't see my screen. I'm just pulling it up here for myself. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and rub these out here. There we go. And then we'll keep on layering. So I do believe my next one here is going to be this one. All right. And actually, I think, let me do this one first, and I'm going to layer these two pieces together. All right. I think I can pretty much remember as well. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get this one going. Have it. Drop that down. And then we're going to come back. Now, I could have actually picked this up. If you were using parchment paper too, you could really layer these nice and close. And I could have layered all of these pieces together and then came down. Like this piece right here, I could have layered all these pieces together first instead of doing it individual like I'm doing now. But you can do it however you want to. This is starting to come together, and I think it's adorable. All right, there we go. So now I do believe that we have, I'm trying to lay everything together. So I believe this one is this one. We're going to have this lemon next. All right. There we go. I'm going to get this lemon next. Now let me just peek over here just to see. I do believe we need to get our leaves back here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get my leaves one at a time here. And I'm just going to go ahead and pick up one leaf and then pick up the next. So this is quite a bit of vinyl. And as you guys can see, the project's going pretty quickly. It's not too bad. So if you guys are scared and nervous about, you know, layering your adhesive vinyl, it honestly is not too bad. All right, so I believe we've got this guy somewhere right about in here. All right, there we have it. And then we're going to layer our next little guy. Now, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to layer this one together. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this one first. Oops, almost got a little too crazy there. Let me go back, pick up this last one here. Okay. And then we're going to go back and grab this one here. Nope, this one's next. We're going into the next one. All right, here we have it. And by the way, this is StarCraft. So if you guys are wondering, this is StarCraft adhesive. It's one of my absolute favorites right now. So there we go. We're going to layer our last layer here. So you can see I did these off of the sign. So you can always layer them together like this, and then you can go in. And that way you don't have to sit here and keep going back and forth to the sign, if you will. You could definitely do it like so as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy like this. There we have it. Now, I did forget one little guy, which is this one. And I'm only going to put down some of these because some of them should have been underneath, and that's okay. So I'm just going to get rid of those little bitty pieces that should have been underneath. So here we go. I do believe we've got all of our layers. How stinking cute is this? I love it. So, so cute. Now, once again, I left a little bit of space because I told you, if it's, you know, me, I go big or go home. I'm going to go back and I'm going to add a really nice bow for this. And then I'm going to actually go, this is a sign that actually should be in this direction. I'm going to go back and add a little piece of wire so I can hang this from my door. So cute. You could also put this on your entry table, maybe out back whenever you're throwing your little summer bashes by the pool or anything like that. So stinking cute. I absolutely love it. So you guys let me know, what is your favorite project? Are you guys getting for weddings? Are you guys ready for some baby showers? I hope I gave you guys some inspiration today using some of these files. So let's go ahead and get ready for Q&A. All right, so here we go. Ignore my mess here. You guys know I get a little bit crafty. So here's our baby onesies once again. So stinking cute. Those came out really, really cute. And then our summer sign. I really love this one as well. You can find lots of different signs like this. This one's a little bit different. Check your local swap sites and junk stores, and then also your craft stores as well for signs like this. We've got our super cute mug as well as that little koozie here. And then that really cute paper lantern. Super, super cute. All right, so like I said, you guys let me know what is your favorite. So let's go ahead and get ready for the Q&A, see what questions we have. Hello, Mr. Crafty Pants. How are you? Thank you for joining us today. All right, let's see here. I'm going to move this over here. Okay, can I use the Cricut mug press without having a Cricut? Yes, so if you have a Cameo 4, that's fine. You really want to use it with either sublimation or infusible ink. But yes, you definitely do not have to have a Cricut. And you can also use other sublimation blanks. You don't have to use the Cricut brand. All right, here we go. What else do we have? All right. Also, I almost forgot. Are you guys ready for that hashtag? I bet you guys were like, hey, where's our hashtag? The hashtag is boho. Use the hashtag boho for a chance to win all 42 designs. We're going to announce a winner here in just a bit. So you guys start rolling those comments. I want to see that hashtag boho. And I'll go ahead and keep going over these questions right here. So I'm so excited. I just was so excited about crafting. I almost wasn't even going to do a giveaway today. I know, y'all forgive me. So hashtag boho. So I'm so excited and good luck, guys. Okay, here we go. How did you get such an intricate cut on glitter cardstock? I'm going to be completely honest with you. The first time I attempted to cut this out, I was actually using, what did I do? Oh, here, obviously it fell over. I was actually using some really thin cardstock, not the cardstock that I normally use. You really want a nice, thick cardstock. So it was kind of messing it up. I put a brand new blade in it because if you ever start to get that really rough, messy look, it's because you need a new blade. I thought, you know what? Let's start over. I want to test it out. I've already made it in this far. Let's just test it out. I want to see if we can do, it's going to do the iridescent. I said, let's try cardstock like a dream. I use for Cricut. This is the Cricut brand, by the way, their cardstock. And I use their glitter cardstock settings. Super good, easy peasy. And now I will tell you, use the blue mat. I used the green one and I had to fight to get it off, but definitely use the blue. It would have melted right off. So highly recommend, guys, glitter all the way. All right, let's see here. I don't have a Cricut. I have a scan and cut. Now there is a lot of, I know that there's a lot of Brother lovers for the scan and cut. You can still use all of our files with the Brother as well. So definitely feel free to do that. All right, let's see. What glue are you using? So the glue that I was using is Tombow. So I was using this. This is a glue here. Like I use this for cards. I use this a lot of the time. And then for my glue gun, this is the Lynn Lily from Surebonder. And then this is their longer glue sticks. All right, let's see here. Can we take a moment to check out the glue gun? Absolutely adorable. This one, once again, you can usually find these on Amazon. If they're sold out, you can check out Surebonder themselves. I want to say, I don't know, maybe Michael's, one of them had it in stock, I thought, but it's called the Lynn Lily Surebonder and it's wireless. So you charge it and then you can use it without it. All right, let's see here. Could you wrap this around the flameless candle? Yes. So I almost bought one just to show you guys. And I was going to tell you, so thank you for reminding me. You could definitely do the flameless candle in here. And then you can also do, like I said, those fairy lights. And you can really kind of pull those out to have it from top to bottom. But like I said, I will try to get a nice photo later with those little lights that I have. Let's see here. Can the lantern be done with the Glowforge? I'm going to tell you, I almost wanted to do that too. I really thought about it. So I'm thinking if we use the score, because I know that we have projects, say for example, we have them, where they kind of fold like the wine bottles. I definitely am going to put it to the test. So you just stay tuned on that. I really think if we did like a score, almost like an engrave, got it enough to bend it, possibly, or even if we did the cut lines where the score is, and then we glued them together like that, I do believe there is a way. So just stay tuned on that. All right, let's see. When using the Cricut Easy Press, do you know when you should press the reverse as the directions? Yes. So for Cricut, they just recommend it across the board. So if you use their heat guide, for example, with these, it actually tells you to go ahead and flip it. All right, let's see here. Do you have the pressing pillow or do you have a pressing pillow or can you just use the pad from them? Now, you don't have to always use a pressing pillow. It just depends if there's seams. You really should. But you could definitely make your own, like I said, with a Teflon sheet and some parchment. Now, if the design is from here to here, you really don't have to. Or if you use the smaller little mini one, you don't have to either. Most big t-shirts, you don't need one. Let's see here. How can you keep all of your cut projects organized? You use parchment paper. Yes, you've seen that. I call these my, I don't want y'all, this is not a hashtag to use, but I always say hashtag taco. So I call it a taco. This is how I travel. So we actually have two studios here. So this is our live studio. And so I cut in the other studio and traveling. So this is a tip for you guys is I use this like a folder and it's nonstick. I just fold them in here and then I just carry it along with me. You could definitely use like those zipper bags as well, but something like this, because then I can use it to press as well. So it's a 2-for-1. All right, let's see here. What kind of vinyl did you say you were using for the project? The vinyl, I love Starcraft. And I'm going to tell you, when you make signs, highly recommend to use the matte colors. I used a mixture between matte and glossy. Matte for signs looks like you hand painted it. So hands down, I highly recommend you use those matte colors. StarCraft weeds like a dream, goes on like a dream, lasts like a dream. Highly recommend that StarCraft stuff. All right, let's see here. Wait, as a certain member, I have access to Designscape. Yes. So if you are a Gold Plus member, you actually get 15% off your purchases, including the dollar deal. You get 15% off, plus you have access to our Designscape program. So definitely check that out, Gold Plus member. All right, let's see here. Plus, you would have 24 hours for today's sale as well. Can you recommend on which bundles for the summer sign? The summer sign, let me share my screen again with you really quickly, just so I can show you which one. So give me just a second to pull up my screen and I will show you. So it is actually this one. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Hopefully you guys can see. This one right here where it says huge farmhouse sign. If you double click, you can see it says over 125 is this bundle right here. $1. Like I said, kickstart your career today. I mean, $1, you guys can't beat it. All right, let's see what else. We can go ahead and drop that back down here. Let me go ahead. There we go. And can you sublimate files without using sublimation? Yes. So yes, can you use the sublimation files? Yes, you can use those for print and cut stickers with your Cricut if you wanted to, using your regular printer. You can also use those using the printable vinyl. You can use those using the printable heat transfer vinyl. So you can use that with your heat press, and that's just with your regular inkjet. So many different things that you can do with those. Let's see here. Do we have any more? Can you save these bundles to a cell phone and transfer? Yes, you can save these to your cell phone. I do it all the time because you can use like Cricut Design Space and all that. You can use them all across the board with your phone app. So you can transfer them with USB as well. When downloading the fonts, which files do you recommend downloading when using Designscape? So when you're downloading the fonts, you actually don't need, if you're talking about like to convert it, or unless you're wanting the files, which files would you recommend downloading when using Design Space? Any of the fonts that we're using today, let's see, I was trying to make sure, yeah, any of the fonts that I'm showing you today, any of our fonts you can use with Design Space. If you're talking about Design Space or Designscape, you can use it in either or, and you don't need a special program to open those or anything like that. Just download them and take them over there. So sometimes, for example, with Cricut Design Space, you just need to download them to your computer, install. They're going to be ready to go. And inside of Designscape, if you guys are a Plus member, you can actually upload them there. And plus, if you guys have Designscape, it comes with some fonts as well. All right, so I think that was our very last question. Are you guys ready for a giveaway? Let's go ahead and do it. Good luck to everybody. Let's go ahead and get ready here. Now, once again, a reminder, you guys are going to win 42. One lucky winner is going to win all 42 designs that we have for our dollar deal. So let's go ahead and get ready here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this draw here. There we go. Good luck to everybody. Thank you all for participating. Thank you guys all for hanging out. And don't forget, run on over and check out the dollar deal today because you only have 1 hour. Congratulations, Anne Marie. Congratulations. I am so excited for you. All you have to do is reach out to mel@designbundles.net. Let them know that you won today's giveaway watching us live on Facebook, I can see. So all you have to do is, once again, reach out to mel@designbundles.net, and you will be able to claim all 42 designs from today, and you can start crafting today. Once again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Let us know what you thought in the comments below, whether you guys are watching it on the replay. What did you guys think about the switch up here? You got 2 for 1. You could go back and check out Monday's live to see what designs we used in case you guys want to make some more last minute decisions there, or if you guys are using the after party and you guys want to see what we're doing. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.